Good morning, class. We are now continuing our lesson and we are on lesson 8 entitled Finding the Probability of a Simple Event. The probability is a branch of mathematics that deals with chances. And this time, we will know how many percent or of a fraction or of the probability that a certain thing will happen. Okay. Here is our scale, a linear scale that tells us or describes to us the possibility of an event to happen. Okay? The probability is expressed in a ratio or fraction of number of ways a certain event can occur to the number of possible outcomes. So here it is, we'll start from 0 or the impossibility. There are things that do not happen, right? Here in the Philippines, example, there is no heavy snow in the Philippines, so that's impossible, or 0. Unlikely, just like this, in a die, we have 6 faces, and if ever you are in a perya, gintayan mo ang 1 sa out of the 6 possible outcomes, that's unlikely to happen. Or this is 1/4, kung sa fraction pa, 1/4. Unlikely gid hindi ka magdaog. Okay, even chance, 50-50 chance that the event will not happen, or 50 chance that event will happen. So just like sang pagtaya sa loto, you always have the chance. Pwede kang perde, pwede kang magdaog. Okay, likely to happen, just like this, if you have these balls. If ever out of 5 you have 4 colored balls or 4 dark balls out of 5, and then i-draw mo sila, you have 4 out of 5 of chances that you will draw a dark ball, okay, or 75% or 3/4, and this is certain 100%. This is always true. Okay, that is just a description of probability of things. Let's continue with the probability rules. Tandaan, number 1, the probability of any event is a number. So you can express that probability either in fraction, decimal, or a percent from 0 to 1. It's not more than 1, ha? From 0 to 1. Di man sa less than 0. Example, the weather forecast shows a 70% rain. So 70% of probability nga maulan is 70%. So that's a high chance. So when I say, if I am the weather forecaster, that 70% will rain tomorrow, it will rain tomorrow. So you are likely to bring your umbrella. And so 70% is equivalent to 3/4 in a fraction. So if decimal, it's that's 7/10, right? 7/10, 70%. Okay. Next, number 2, if an event will never happen, then its probability is 0. Example, when a single die is rolled, find the probability of getting an 8. Since a sample space mo or outcome mo is 1 to 6 only, there is no probability of getting an 8. So it is very impossible. So the probability of getting an 8 is equal to 0/6. The probability of getting 8 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 0. Out of 6 na pilian, 0/6 equals 0. Any number the nga i-dividean mo, or 0 divided mo sa any number is equal to 0. Remember that. Number 3, if an event is sure to happen, then the probability is 1, or that's 100%. Example, when a single die is rolled, what is the probability of getting a number less than 7? So what are the numbers nga pwede magawa? That's 1 to 6, right? So ang iyang event is getting a number less than 7. So tanan man pwede. Since all the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are less than 7, the probability of getting a number less than 7 is 6/6. That's 1. These are already examples. Number 4, the sum of the probabilities of all the outcomes in the sample space is 1. In rolling a fair die, each outcome in the sample space has a probability of 1/6. Okay, example, What's the probability of getting a 1 in rolling a die? Isama lang 1, that's 1 over 6. Getting a probability or getting a 2 in rolling a die. So, isama lang ang 2 sa 1 over 6. So, i-add mo na siya. That is 1 over 6 plus 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 1 over 6. That's 6 over 6 or equal chances sila tanan. That is 1. Okay? So, let us have more examples. Okay, class, here is on how to get the probability of simple event. It is an event which has a single outcome. Simple event. Single outcome. To find the probability of a simple event, we use this formula. Probability of an event equals number of favorable outcomes, kung anong ginapangita mo, divided by number of all possible outcomes. I have already taught you on how to get the number of all possible outcomes using your table, tree diagram, your systematic listing, and your fundamental counting principle. Amo na siyang number sa dalom. Ang number of favorable outcomes, amo na siyang gina-expect mo to go out. Example, number 1. In rolling a die once, what is the probability of rolling a 4? Pila ko ng probability nga makakuha ka 4. Diba kung mag-roll ka die, may 6 possible outcomes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pila ang kwaon mo ha nga 4, isaman lang. That's number of favorable outcomes. Pila ang possible outcomes mo? 6. So, using the formula, probability, diba, mo na siyang die mo, pila ang rolling a 4, isa lang kabilog. 1 out of 6. Okay, that's it. The probability of rolling a 4 is 1 over 6. Nga a 1, kay isa man lang ang 4. Right? Isa man lang ang 4. And then ang 6 is your number of all possible outcomes. That's it. 1 over 6. That's your answer already. Therefore, the probability of rolling a 4 is 1 over 6. Or, kung i-convert mo siya sa decimal, that's 1700ths or 17%. Okay? How did you get 0.17? I-divide mo lang 1 over 6. 1 divided by 6. Pwede ka kagamit calculator pag ganit. From here, you move to decimal places to the right to get 17%. Okay, number 2. Let's have an example. In a complete deck of cards, what is the probability of picking a heart? Now, my question is, are you familiar with a deck of cards? Pila ka bilog ang cards sa isa ka deck? That's 52. So, ginapangita niya is picking a heart. Okay, so using the formula, probability of an event equals number of favorable outcomes divided by number of all possible outcomes, we will have this. A deck of cards, 52 cards, consists of 13 hearts, 13 diamonds, 13 clubs, and 13 spades. So, tag 13 na sila. Okay, so, the probability of getting a heart equals 13. Kay hearts ang gina-require yan, no? Picking a heart. So, pilang hearts? 13. So, number of favorable outcomes is 13 divided by total number of pwede nga magawa, possible outcomes. That's 52. So, 13 over 52. Reduce to its lowest term. Always reduce your answers to its lowest term. So, 13 and 52. Ang common nila is 13. 13 divided by 13 is 1. 52 divided by 13 is 4. The answer is 1/4. 1/4. Okay? Another example. Okay, amo na sa final answer. Therefore, the probability of picking a heart is 1/4 or 2500ths or 25%. Okay, next. Example number 3. A bag contains 7 red balls, 5 orange balls, 4 yellow balls, 6 green balls, and 3 blue balls. What is the probability of drawing an orange ball? Okay, so first, look at the formula, number of favorable outcomes. What is required? Orange ball. Take pilang orange ball? 5. Okay, so we have there, probability of getting orange ball equals 5 over number of all possible outcomes. Anong pwede magawa? I-add mo ni sa class 7 plus 5. Kay balls mo na sila tanan, i-mix na sila sa isa ka, ka jar, abe. So, 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3. Kailan na? It's 25. Sakto. Okay, 25, diba? So, that's, orange ball is 5. That's 5 over 25. There. A bag contains a total of 25 balls. So, probability of getting an orange ball equals 5 over 25. Or reduce the lowest term. Here is your favorable outcomes. 5 lang ang orange balls. Ang pilian mo is 25. Kaging add mo na sila tanan. Okay, so it's 1 over 5. Common nila is 5. Again, always reduce your answer to its lowest term. 1/5. So, the solution is, probability of drawing an orange ball is 1/5 or 20 hundredths or 20%. Okay, so you answer quarter 4, lesson 8. Here is the questions. Sa die box, may red balls, 9 from a deck of cards. Spinner, arblang ruleta. Okay, please answer that using the formula. Okay, and watch this video if you cannot understand. Repeat on watching this video. Thank you so much.